There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV.
Yes, now bless now. Don't forget the rest now. Here, I don't know if you can hear my voice right now, yeah? I apologise in advance. Might seem a bit tired as well. I was performing yesterday. Not live, well, yeah, live, but we were recording a live session for my band Chimpanzee, where we're going to be putting out a full record soon. And we thought, you know what, well, I thought, to be honest with you, you know what, we'll get a live sort of performance of a couple of the numbers. So we ran through a short set a few times, and my voice is fried for that. So I apologise in advance, but I want to give a shout out to my man Joel. Joel, as always, I don't want to throw your surname on there in case you didn't want that, but my man requested this act, Boundaries, this album in particular, entitled Burying Brightness. I never listened to Boundaries before. I cast the judgment on the fact it is a plural band, and bands what are entitled like Boundaries and this, that, and the third, plurals. I always box them up and assume it's going to be like more of a modernised, brutal, and when I say brutal, I mean low-tuned, chuggy, distorted, mosh band to some extent. And I once played in a plural band. I named the band as well, and I won't go into that on this video because this is about Boundaries. But we're listening to Burying Brightness, which is, from what I'm aware, the last record they put out. So this was put out in 2022. 9 months ago, these videos have been uploaded. It's from the official Boundaries playlist, so I assume we've got all of the tracks we need in here. The tunes are relatively short, which I'm very pleased about. It's a good song length, consistency for me. And when I searched up Boundaries Burying Brightness on YouTube, like when it auto-fills it, Burying Brightness Reaction was one that came up, so I'm sure there's some interesting to pay attention to in this record if people are like looking for people's reactions in regards to it. So once again, a shout out to my man Joel. As always, if you want to participate in the pit and put your own recommendations forth, such as my man, just click the link down in the description. Don't waste your time here on YouTube, it's going to take ages. Let's get straight into it. This first one's entitled It Begins to Speak. After this is all done, I'm going to do a little review, a little overview of the record, and I'll give it a rating. I will, to be honest with you, I don't think we'll look on Wikipedia for any information because it seems Boundaries doesn't have a Wikipedia page, or if it does, it's buried like between all of the other Boundary articles. For, you know what I mean, Less Than Jake's record, Borders and Boundaries, comes up way before the actual band Boundaries, so I don't know if we'll be able to find that. Regardless, let's go. It Begins to Speak. Let's go. Let me pump this up. Sipping on a dark thunder today, people. Wake me up a little. Sounds like Slipknot. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, I already know what's in store. I already know what's in store. I already know what's in store. I know you're going to have a nice blend of people in these pits, man. You're going to have a couple of people into their deathcore and stuff. Like to have a bit of a mosh. Like to get a bit of an headbang on. And then you're going to have some complete nutters. Just going out of their way to be stupid. I know exactly what this band will bring. And already from the get-go, I know that this is an act that can perform well. At least in support of big bands on tours and that. They've got a big academy-filling sound to them. Good production. Evidently tight. Got a marketable sound for people into hardcore adjacent music and metalheads. Most definitely. Let's keep it moving. On the topic of plurals, there was a band that did this whole down-tuned beatdown thing. Well, you know, it depends what you classify as beatdown, but you know, ignorant mosh music stuff nearby to where I'm based. They were called, I don't know if you'd be aware of them, because I don't know how big they are in the grand scheme of things. This isn't particularly my expertise, but I think they're called Revelations, if anybody's aware of that band. Revelations. So this one's entitled Your Own Murder, track number 2.